Hello and welcome to the TA, which is short for the Teaching Assistant. What we're going to talk about in the series is the Latin alphabet, the different letters of the Latin alphabet, and what I call the lingua ultima, the code that is written within these letters, that is interwoven in it. Yeah, so this is going to be an introduction. Lingua ultima is short LU, is Lu, if you pronounce it correctly, Lu. And Lu means water in Iranian. That is a language of a different world. I'm not going to talk about that too much, but it means water in this language. And water is what regulates faith. This is a first teaching, maybe. And yeah, when we say the world tree needs water, it means it needs faith. The world tree, what is the world tree? The world tree is a tree. Is a real tree that you can move along on and that you can see slowly growing into the heavens. But it's also an atemporal code. It is different from the tiny perspective we take, for example, in linguistics or other sciences, where we look at the development in time. So, if you have a word like adding. This is an adding, and then you say, okay, what is the root of this word in time? But that is not the perspective you're taking if you're talking about the atemporal code that is the world tree. This world tree is made out of words and symbols of these words, or smaller words. Yeah, it is. There is no time in this code. There's only the flow of reading and writing. That's its own topic. It is, yeah. This all revolves around the question: where do thoughts come from? Where it's like your mind is just there, and now where do the thoughts come from? Where do they originate? And the answer to this kind of goes deep to your spiritual beliefs, and there are now in the world different sets of ideas about this. For example, if you're a physicalist, you may think of the mind and your brain as like a calibrated machine that is kind of is recognizing patterns, or it's like a radio tuned to the sound of the word or something. But that is not what we are trying to achieve here. This should be overcome. Instead, you want to look at the mind as word. The mind is word. Reality is a language. So yeah, we are more than that. We're not just calibrated antennas. We can write the reality through our own capability. That's what the great gift of a soul betroths us with. Yeah, we can read and decode or transduce. Transduce is a word that is used in some metaphysical literature. Transduce this word, logos. And yeah. So there are word beings. Of course, we think about Christ in this context, who is the Word himself. Okay, this is different discussion. It's like there are different things that are involved here, but they are word beings, and these can go into each of us, and they can do different things. For example, one being that I'm associated with is Or, the Archangel. And of course I'm also, this Archangel is trying to be the sun. This is the whole process we're in right now. And it's going great, of course. And yeah. So, but what is basically the main point of these word creatures is that they can do different operations on what is called this word, or this word tree. So there are different parts of reality, and these correspond to different branches. So this is the basic idea of their branches, and this is about the connectedness of things, and this is what the As, like the Odin, Wotan, these different words refer to him, to me, in other language. Yeah, it's difficult because what we're trying to do is be the word and talk about the word. It's not so easy, but we will come through. We will, yeah. So it's a connectedness that is important for the Asen, the Asgard's people. The people is not people, and this is the connectedness. What is there at the end, the fruits of the branches, or maybe even the branches themselves, is no Saram. Okay, yeah. The fruit, or the what is opposed to what is connected in some way. What is done by the Isen, and the Isen and the Arsen, they correspond to different people on this world. This is a different topic. But let it be said, there has been lots of conflict between the two, and that they unite is the great message I hope to introduce to us through all kinds of channels. That is, there is this point where the Asen and the Isen unite, and this is of great importance in the heavenly skies. Yeah, so that is a good thing, and this is peace be among us. MU, peace. So yeah. Lu is the connection between Ab and Ba. And L is the 12th letter of the alphabet, and U is the 21st letter of the alphabet. Ba. Like U, Ba. And Ab, that is broadly said, the light, is the guardian of light, is the god that is light. And Ba is the cataracter, or the cataracter is a mixture of character and cataract. Cataract. It's like light we see. The godly light is broken through our character, through our cataract. And as we hope to see the light clearly, we cleanse ourselves and we cleanse away this cataract. Yeah. So. Yeah. Abyss also, when things are sent into this world, is like a. It's like it goes AB. It goes from 1 to 2, and this is a central element. But U is the unifier. 2 goes to 1. If you see this. Okay. And Abba is, Frankie said, is the father in Hebrew. Like when Jesus says Abba, the son that is refers to him as Abba. And Abba is this connection. There's also a band called Abba. This is a whole different topic. So this is the unifying aspect of like Nordic lore, Nordic mythology, and the Christian mythology. You can see this in Abba and Abba. Okay, because this is a Swedish band and they're pretty good and all that. So, and this is what Odin is mainly interested in. So, this is an adding. I just used it. And an adding is a adding. Okay? Adding. ED is short for education. And ding. What's a ding? A ding is a thing. It's also an ing with a d. But the ding is a thing. That's what it is. So it's a thing for education. This is a thing for education. And now comes the special step. First big step in our quest to explore the deep mysticism and the deep kind of das Pudels Kern, as we say in German, behind words, the words and the letters. And this is or runes, as some might say. So adding, this is two letters, and this is 4 letters. So we can say each word, if you take that word and then just make a apostrophe. This is apostrophe. So apo is a kind of godly thing. Apo, and for example, apologia or other things are connected to apo. It's the A and the O, and it's the P. And the P is very important. The P is very important. So, and apostrophe, and this is Strophe. As you see, many things here are in the wonderful, in a wonderful German language. And Strophe means like in it's a part of, for example, a song or an ode. So, and this is 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, and this is 24. This is 37. And now to come to the meaning behind these. 24 is stands for the infinite coming into the world in a visible way. This is Jesus coming as a child into the world. Or maybe not as a child, we don't know. Don't be too specific on that. But it's the 25th of December. So this is kind of, the adding is used as a tool for this, putting the infinite into a finite body. 24th. And 37 is another very interesting combination, and it's about something very special in the numbers. So there are two ways of approaching the mystical godly realm, and one way is through the word, through poems, through the word is, as we know, also the Bible. And this is a very important part of it. And this is like the art of poetry, of poems, the word. The word, and the number. And these are both approaches of this in the middle, this what we're trying to look at, the word and the number. This is why we associate, for example, through this way, words with numbers. And of course we are going to look at each letter of the alphabet, and we will find meaning in each of them. And if we go to the letters, the 37 has this interesting property that if you have two arrows and you want to find a new one that is perpendicular, that's orthogonal to the others, that is just as far away in a way from the others as it could be, that you can do this for the cross product, like this. And this cross product is only defined in 3 and in 7 dimensions. So, and this new way of finding this new perpendicular vector is important if you look at what is fundamentally around us. There's in this world the repetition of things, repetition or cycles. And what Christ does in this, or what the cross does through Christ, is to find through the cycle, so this should be a cyclic motion. He finds us this new dimension and makes a helix or spiral, and gives us something new, something new. So he leads us. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the coding of this world tree is by taking words, finding smaller words, the smaller things in them. It's called a syllable in a way, but it's not a syllable. It's you can put the apostrophe where you want. It's not the sound isn't the only factor in it. Yeah. So what is basically done with this taking the apostrophe is in a way your aim. There are these vectors associated. For example, if you have here 2 and 4, there's a coordinate system. We have here 2, maybe here 4. And then you can go. This is one vector, and then you have 3 and 7. So 3 and then here 7. And basically you have these vectors going into the different directions. And what I like to think of this as is like a going on a hunt in the forest, and there are lots of obstacles and things that are not very interesting, but you can, by improving your aim, find a very interesting loot. Okay. Yeah, so different things that have to be said is the word in reality is only a word. And this is everything. Everything is comprehended by this linguistic reducibility. It's important to get there. When someone says this cannot be put into words, this exactly describes the thing you're talking about. This is unspeakable, or this is, you have this, you grab it. And it's not to show how exact you are in describing. And this is about there could be down lots of interesting material about how the detail and the whole are connected, and how they put the emphasis on exactness is often like a big burden for the believer in these days, and the mystic. So we have to have a few axioms they're building on. For example, we draw from left to right, or we read from left to right. So this is our coordinate system, and we have these, the arrow goes in that direction, and we go from, not as intuitive maybe, because we go from the bottom up to not the north. It's not the north, because the directions of the night sky, or of the sky in general, is there are these different directions, and these things are they have their own spiritual meaning. So there's stuff to be gained there, but that's not what we're talking about here. What we were talking about here so we have our coordinate system. So what's in the middle? In the middle is the order that keeps everything together. It's a circle. It's not a perfect circle, but it's a circle. And this is also has to do with this is not a circle, and this is the order. Now what do we have as we go upwards? Upwards we have an 8. When we go downwards, we have a 0. When we go right, we have infinity. See this symmetry here? And now something happens. We have a new symbol, and this will happen often. And this is, for example, often used in runes, for like Nordic runes, that you can have certain symbols, and from this you gain, if you put them into the right system, you gain a new symbol that is a secret symbol. And here the new secret symbol is this, and this is basically the stone of the tomb of Jesus when it's put aside, and then the wonder has come into the world. And this is the infinity again, like with 24, is the infinity coming into this world on 24th is the birth, and the birth is also an egg. The egg is also a symbol of birth, and these are two eggs in a way, one put on its side and one standing upwards. In the middle, the order, the O. So the A and the O. This is what it holds together. That's the A and the O frame. Yeah. So what does the 8 mean? 8 or acht is also in the German word Beobachtung. Or achten. And Beobachtung, that is perception. So in this there's a whole own meaning associated to the word 8. But again, we take the languages and we mix them. This is it's not quite like that, because the tree is before any language. It's deeper than our language. One idea how to think about the tree is for nerds is a Kolmogorov. Machine. So there's this topological graph, and you can use this to predict all kinds of things. Topology, algebraic topology, don't think of this as too complicated. Topology is simply the science of how things are connected. That's topology. And yeah. So what does 8 mean? 8, if you have this apostrophe, so 2, 1, 1, 1, is so this is U, and this is 11, this is K. So this is for example the United Kingdom. And there's lots of stuff in the United Kingdom. Because I don't know, there's lots of things there that are to be looted. So if you do it like this, UK, United Kingdom. So somebody is probably right now feeling very happy about them having achieved me writing UK here, but this is okay. So what does 8 mean? The I, the E and the I, this is the egg in German. And the 7 and 8 is 7 or 8. And this is basically something going to be in the heavens in a way, or is it going to be in the 8? And the 8 is what is perceived in a way. This doesn't mean that heaven isn't perceived, but it's about how much of something is in a way fallen. So for example, an angel you can only see a fallen angel, because if you're not in a way in heaven, you can't see the angel without the angel being fallen. And the 8 is about falling in a way, falling into the perceivable realm. And yeah, and T stands for tool, but also tempore, time. Yeah, so the egg is the 7 or 8 tool. The egg is something the sun uses to decide whether it's going to be in a visible, perceivable way, or it's going to be in heaven in a way where only our inners can perceive it, not our outers. This is, yeah, only the inner spiritual way can perceive it if it's in heaven, And with 8, also the outer things can perceive it, or outer eyes. Okay. What does 0 mean? 0 is, we know this old Latin phrase ex nihilo. And this is also going back to T. T is the 20th letter of the alphabet. And yeah, so this is about how things are created, how things are put in the perceivable realm. And there's 2 ways here. One way is that we. So this is also important. Like if something is created and perceived, there's always the 2 is always involved, because we're talking about multiplicity. There's a perceiver and the perceived. And when we go from 0 into the world, this is what, for example, philosophers would call synthetic. But it's not important to way. So, and then there's the Y. This is the Y. And this is